Hey guys, it's Christine and welcome to Blooming Brilliant. That was a little weird, but let's go with it. Again, I'm Christine. I'm owner and content creator of bloomingbrilliant.net, and I share educational resources, parenting advice, and of course, information about homeschooling. I'm a homeschooling mom of two. I homeschool my daughter who's 11 and my son who is 7 right here in Brooklyn, New York. And I love to share our homeschooling journey with you. And today I'm going to share all about the Pride Reading program, and we've been using this for about a month, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. I did get this curriculum for free. Yes, I scored really big for that, in order to just share our experience with you. So yeah, you will be able to get a discount if you want to purchase the curriculum, and I'll leave all that information in the description box below. If there is a link where you can purchase, it will be down there, and probably more information as well. So I'm going to go into this now and share about Pride Reading Program. The Pride Reading Program is pretty amazing, and we've been using it for about 2 months now, maybe a little less because of the holidays, but we really love it, and I wanted to explain a little bit more about it. So Pride Reading uses the Orton-Gillingham method, and this is the method that was specifically designed to help children with dyslexia learn to read, and it is amazing, and I love it. It's not only for children with dyslexia, so anybody can learn to read using this program. Especially if your child has dyslexia, then this program will work. You don't have to say, you can use it in your homeschool and not feel like, well, that's great for them, but even if your child has dyslexia or you kind of think they might, then this might be a great place to start. If your child has a processing disorder or even speech issues, this program is supposed to be really good for it, and I can see that it is. So my son has minor speech articulation problems, which isn't anything major. Yeah, so we use it, and it's been really helpful, and it's been really great. So I'm gonna just jump into looking at what we got. So this is the student workbook. Now you're gonna probably say, okay, show me the teacher's manual first. All the teacher stuff is actually on the computer. When you sign up and get Pride Reading, you're actually going to get a whole training session. There's 15 or 13 modules you have to go through, and they teach you how to teach the whole thing. And it's really simple. They have videos, and they're really short and concise, right to the point, showing you how to teach with the program and also explaining why they do what they do. And I loved that. And it's quick. You could get through the whole training program probably within an hour or two, depending on if you take breaks. Because come on, mom this, mom that, anytime you try to sit down and try to focus. But yeah, so you could totally get it done within an hour or two, depending, and still grasp everything and keep it in there. Because I know sometimes it's okay, I watched that whole thing, but do I really know it? They give you also little quizzes at the end of each thing to make sure that you actually understood everything and that you are ready to, you feel comfortable to teach. Plus, they also have really unlimited support. Unlimited. Anyone that using the Pride Reading program, they're there to answer the questions and help you use Pride Reading with your student, and you can call them and send them an email, and you can have them right at your fingertips, which I think is great, and not like many programs out there. So I'm going to show you the thing. Now, we make copies in our book, so you're going to be you're looking at a brand new book. But I don't know, I probably shouldn't do this, but I have gotten into the habit thinking I'm going to have more children and thinking I'm going to need the curriculum, or that I'm going to want to, I don't know, give it to somebody that's going to need it. I just get so worried about rooting the books. I have issues. But anyway, if you're like me, then you know. So in here you have the scope and sequence, the table of contents, and you're going to see that this lacks a lot of color. It lacks a lot of razzle dazzle, because it's made really simple and basic so that you can focus right in on the work at hand. So you can see that there's spelling pages. So that's what I'm saying. They have everything in like one little curriculum here when it comes to reading. So you're learning reading, you're learning spelling, you're learning writing, you're learning some language arts in there because you want to know the capitals and things, and you're copying things, and there's reading comprehension. There is so much in here, and it's I'm like all over the place, so I want to try to like rein it in and things. So if you see me glance off, it's like me checking my notes to make sure I'm telling you everything and not squirreling into different places, because I'll be like, oh, and this and that and this, and you know why else it's great? It's because it has tile cards. It is the little pouch, which you'll get like sheets of these little tiles you have to punch out, and some of them are blank, so don't throw them out. You're going to put them in here too. But this little pouch you use for your letter tiles. And they look like this, or sound tiles. And they do lots of fun things. And I put mine in little sandwich bags because it just helps them stay organized. Because I had them all mixed up at one point, and it got kind of chaotic. So I lock mine up so that way it's easier to use for the lesson. But you're going to use these sound cards or letter cards throughout your whole Pride reading curriculum. So you do book 1 or 2, whatever book you decide to do, which is really great. That's another thing. So when you sign up for Pride reading, and you're trying to figure out, well, where my child fits in, they give you a little like assessment that you can just answer a few questions, and then then you could like, they'll tell you this is where your child is according to our, assessment, and you could get this book and then all this stuff, and it will work for your child. So that's where you start. That's where you find your starting point. So my son is in book 1, and we have all these tile cards, but some of them are for other books. So you use your tile cards throughout the curriculum, and they're really fun way to get your kids, learning. They also, and reading, it's just so great the way that it works with your brain and everything. You get your sound cards. These are different cards. This is where we start our lessons, with the sound cards and explaining, like asking what the letter is and what the sound it makes is throughout the thing, which is another great feature, and it's just a fun thing. So you see the basic book and you're like, it's kind of blah, but it helps them focus, and these little extra features is so much more than, all like a fancy book. You also get in your little kit a black and red dry erase pen, and these have a reason. The colors are there for a reason, and so you have a little eraser that the color for the eraser does not matter, but it works. And a little die for your games and stuff, and a highlighter reader tracker, which I really like these, and I actually just purchased some more just because I find them really useful in our reading. And you also get a double-sided dry erase board, which is part of your lesson. So your child is going to be writing out on the board, and that is also really a great thing. Like I said, I really like that it puts everything together: reading, writing, spelling, a little bit of language arts, everything thrown in there, but in such a systematic way that it works. It's really good. So I wanted to go over like a little bit about lessons. The lessons are 3 parts. It comes with an introduction, like unit of the lesson, then the practice unit of the lesson, and then the reinforcement unit of the lesson. And each lesson like that, each of these lessons, they're taught in like 1 hour blocks, and like some things you'll move faster through, and they might take 20 to 30 minutes, but some things will take a little bit more time. So having an hour block for your reading would be really helpful for this, especially because there's so many components, and you have to follow, a lot to make it work. And it works. It's really good. So if you couldn't tell, this is a phonological awareness kind of, or based curriculum. So you're not learning like the full word, you're learning the phonetics, you're learning syllables, you're learning, you know, how to blend the phonetics together, and consonants and digraphs and long vowels and short vowels and all of them. Fluency in reading comprehension is another thing you learn in this curriculum that you don't learn in other curriculums, like reading comprehension, but fluency you don't learn typically in other reading curriculums. So I really enjoy that they teach you child fluency through it. So it's like just the relationship between the words and the phrases and the causes and the sentences. They like asking these questions. They make your child think, and that's what that all means. In case you're just like, what is she talking about? That's what that all means. I'm looking a little bit at my notes because I don't want to forget anything, but I also don't want to make this like 3 hours long. I know you guys could probably do without me rambling on and on. So they do have some fun little games thrown in there. Again, they're basic games, and you could also get more stuff online when you're following along with their instructions. So they give you like little games at the end of lessons to do, and I'll show you if I could find one really quick. I know they have like a little bingo, not a bingo, like a little game board. Yeah, here's some games. These are some game boards, and they're just a fun way to do the learning. This is your like game board for your letter tiles. So you put your letters up here, and in a certain way. I should have done a video of that. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll do another one. And show you how you actually do everything. But you use your letter tiles here, and they build their words, and that's really fun too. Everything is fun because it clicks, and they're enjoying it, and it's not stress and them crying, because that's not fun. That's not a good time when they're stressed about reading and everything. I find when everything is calm and we're all in a good place and we're having fun while learning, and they get to move in this. They'll do the spelling up their arm, and then the sounds down, and they get to move. And so it's just a well comprehensive, kinesthetic way to learn, and I really like that. I like that because my son is completely different than my daughter, and while he reads fairly well, there's little aspects that he was missing that Pride Reading has been filling in really nicely, and I think it's all going to be like really good now. So I feel good with it. I hope that this little like chat about Pride Reading got you interested in learning more about it. I'm going to have a post down below so you can get more information and probably a little bit more eloquent, because I type better than I just like talk, but it'll be a little bit more eloquent. And also I'll put a link to where you can purchase this curriculum for yourself. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this helps you, especially if you have a child who has dyslexia or who has a processing disorder and needs a curriculum like this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and happy homeschooling. Bye.